we're going live now. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. I don't know if you can tell that I rushed in because time got away from me. I don't know how you could tell. I don't know how you could tell that I put on this shirt. I was sleeveless, and I feel like shoulders are inappropriate for YouTube, which is sort of what this game is based on. You like that transition? So here's how this game works. If you're new, first of all, welcome. I'm so happy you're watching this. There's like 12 other episodes you should watch when this is over, but watch this first because it's going to be a fun game. Here's how the game works. I've gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. Every movie there has a parental guide that's updated by random weirdos all over the world, all anonymous, putting in whatever sort of objectionable material they feel is worth warning you about. What I've done is I've compiled these warnings, and my friends here are going to try to guess what movie I'm warning you about. It's pretty simple once we start playing the game, and I think we should really just get right into it. I want to introduce my guests today. We have some returning favorites and some newbies, and I'm so excited to have everybody here. We have James Sheehan, Liz Estey, Wayne Mastin, and Zach Jones. Hello, everybody. Thank you all for coming on my show. James, Liz, you've done this a few times now. James, you've won a couple of times.
I have not won. I have not won at all, but I had great fun playing the game, even if I did horribly.
Well, that's the hope. And Wayne, Zach, you're both new to the game.
And indeed, I have a perfect record right now.
That's true.
Spoil it.
How do you feel about your odds tonight?
Oddly.
How about you, Zach?
I mean, I've been preparing my whole life by knowing just enough about movies to fit into conversations, even if I have not actually watched them.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned after doing 12 episodes of this, is sometimes knowing a lot about movies hurts you. Because this is nothing. This is nonsense. And I can't believe I've gotten to keep doing this now for over half a day. Cumulative? That's a word I can't say, apparently. Well, before I start saying more words, I think, unless anybody has any questions or anything they want to say beforehand, I think let's just jump right into the game. James, I'm going to ask you for help first. Would you like to guess a movie from 1925, 1996, or 2012?
1996, please.
1996. Okay, 1996. This movie, for 5 points, under the category of sex and nudity, a woman on her cell phone talks about someone, quote, marrying his penis. This is played for laughs.
Oh, how else are you going to play it?
I'm trying to get over 1996 and cell phone.
It's a really big cell phone.
Yeah, because it would have to be.
All right, we'll move on to the 4-point clue under violence and gore. Characters drive through a house in a vehicle, smashing walls and objects till they reach the other side. Liz has a guess. Does anybody else want to jump in? All right, Liz, what do you think?
I think it's wrong. Independence Day.
It is not Independence Day.
Yeah.
That's a fun guess, though. I think that came out around then.
It came out in the 90s. That's all I knew.
Okay, for 3 points, under violence and gore. Aftermath of a torn-up neighborhood is a little disturbing. Zach has a guess. Does anybody else want to jump in? Okay, Zach, what do you think?
Is it Twister?
It is Twister.
Oh, fuck, I said that. Oh my gosh, no. Did I violate community standards?
There's no community standards if nobody's watching. See, it's just that easy. This is your first time up. You've already got 3 points. Wayne, you have your hand up for some reason.
Yeah, I just wanted to know why we didn't get a clue that said left hand green.
It took me a second, but I got there. Very good joke, Wayne. So at the end of the first round, Liz, you're at -1. James and Wayne tied at 0. And Zach, you've got 3 points. Before we move on to finish up Twister, also in the movie under frightening and intense scenes, as Netflix says, quote, intense depiction of very bad weather. And under violence and gore, non-extreme violence. Characters get sucked into tornadoes, car wrecks, paraphernalia flying around, hitting people due to extreme wind.
Well, doesn't like a ladder or some long object decapitate someone driving one of the vehicles towards the end?
Probably. That sounds
extreme wind is what I have when I eat dairy. Sorry.
And this is why I love to have comedians on. We're full of good jokes.
I couldn't not do it. It was too perfect.
Hey Liz, I'm gonna ask you for help now.
Okay.
Would you like a movie from 1933, 1958, or 1980?
Let's do 1958.
All right, going back a little bit. 1958 for 5 points under violence and gore. Total body count, 5. All right, for 4 points under sex and nudity. A man and a woman are making out at the start of the film. Mild kissing and not over the top. They are interrupted when they see a meteor. James has a guess. Anybody else? Okay, James, what do you think it is?
Is it the Blob?
It is the Blob.
Yeah!
Well done.
Yeah.
You just jumped into the lead with 4 points, leaving Zach in second at 3. Wayne stays at 0. Liz at -1. Also in the Blob, since I wrote these down, under violence and gore, the monster slowly consumes a farmer, starting with his hand. Implied violence. Several characters are eaten by the monster, including 2 on screen. Many more implied deaths as the monster continues to grow and consume numerous off-screen victims. And the monster itself is frightening. It is a carnivorous, amoeba-like, single-celled monster from outer space that devours its victims whole, enveloping them and digesting them completely. Its victims are eaten alive and express genuine terror before being consumed.
I like how thorough these are.
Some are really thorough and some are nothing.
Yeah.
Wayne, I'm going to go to you now.
All right.
Would you like a movie from 1980, 1999, or 2001?
Let's go with the Space Odyssey year, 2001.
2001. The year all that stuff happened in space. All right, 2001 for 5 points. Under sex and nudity, a man yells at a bartender that he's sleeping with his wife. Comedic. Okay, for 4 points under frightening and intense scenes. In one scene, someone faked a heart attack, Some kids might not think it was fake. All right, 3 points. Under frightening and intense scenes, the whole robbing scene is a bit suspenseful. Nothing. Okay. For 2 points. Under sex and nudity, in the background of various shots where a man's teaching others how to gamble, we occasionally and briefly see female dancers in various forms of scanty attire doing their thing while men watch them. A stripper in a revealing fishnet nurse's dress performs a lap dance. A picture of a woman covering her breasts with her hands is seen. You see the picture for about 3 seconds. Okay. Down to the 1 point clue. Under violence and gore, we see some flashback footage, played for laughs, as a man recounts how various people tried to rob casinos in the past. During this, we see one man being tackled after grabbing a lockbox. Another guy pushes people out of the way before a cop/guard hits him in the face with his nightstick. And 3 guards/cops shoot a third guy in the back as he runs out onto the street with stolen money, seen from a distance with no blood. We only have 2 hands up. Wayne and Zach, you got nothing? All right. James, I'm going to go with you first. What do you think it is?
Ocean's 11.
Liz, what about you?
Ocean's 11.
It is Ocean's 11.
And I almost guessed it sooner, and I'm so mad I didn't. But it's been so long since I watched it.
Well,
I couldn't remember whether it was 11 or 12, so I didn't want to go with a dozen.
Well, James, that brings you up to 5 points. Woo. Zach, you stay at 3. Liz and Wayne tied in 3rd place with 0.
Yeah, back up at 0.
Wayne, feel free to buzz in at any time.
All right.
Wayne's just doing his observation hours.
Wayne's just waiting us for all of us to go into the negatives. And
then Zach, going to you now.
Yeah.
Would you like a movie?
Look out, Zach.
Would you like a movie from 1961, 1996, or 2001? A couple of years we already used.
96 did me good before, so I'm going to go back to 96.
Okay. $1996. This movie came out the same year as Twister. For 5 points, under frightening and intense scenes, occasional moderate jump scares. Animations go at the screen whilst random close-up jump scares. I think whilst is used incorrectly. Okay, for 4 points, under frightening and intense scenes, a character jokes about slavery doing stand-ups. There's a reenactment with him tied up to a chain while doing stand-up. Oh, Wayne has a guess. Anybody else?
Hold on.
Hold on.
All right, yeah.
All right. Zach, what did you think of?
I think it might be Space Jam.
Wayne, what about you?
I'm thinking it's Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles from 20 years earlier, I believe.
It was a long horse ride.
However, it is Space Jam.
Wow, that was a good
original.
one, Zach.
Yes. Oh, I remember. I'm like, I knew it. There's only a handful of movies that are animated where animations come at people.
Wayne, don't feel the need to buzz in if you don't want to. Well, Zach, you've jumped into the lead with 7 points. Everybody else stays where they are. Also in Space Jam, under profanity, in the official soundtrack of the film, a song called Basketball Jones, used in the film, uses some words like hell, piss, and damn in a song. In one hilarious scene, the aliens bully a man and grab him and literally crumple him into a basketball shape and throws him into the hoop and hits the floor before his body goes back in shape. And a cartoon character kisses a man to prove he's real. More awkward than anything else.
Was that under sex and nudity?
Sure was. You know how this game works.
Yeah. Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan.
Okay, James, going back
He's the
up to you.
animated character.
It's Bugs Bunny slapping one right on Michael Jordan. as one's to do. Hey, James, would you like a movie from 1982, 1992, or 1994?
Let's do 1994, Nick, please.
All right. This movie came out 2 years before Twister and Space Jam, if that helps.
It does.
Put you in the mindset what the theaters were like back then.
Thank you.
1994, for 5 points, under sex and nudity, a man says he will go home and have sex. This is played for laughs.
I know it's not what it means, but it seems like a real insult to that man.
I know. That's what I was going to say.
Okay, for 4 points, under sex and nudity, a woman's underwear is briefly seen when she is rescued. This is most likely accidental and an oversight during filming. All right, for 3 points, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, at a gala held for the 2 police officers, attendees formally drink champagne. Both of the officers clearly get drunk at the end of the party. Several other people drink alcohol, and a few people smoke there at the party. Okay. For 2 points, under violence and gore, a man makes a semi-graphic taunt to another man by saying he will get a medal if he picks up all the bus driver's teeth. He also says that the police will have to pick up someone's remains, quote, with a sponge. Okay. Down to the 1 point clue, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a man drinks beers while watching the news of a bus rigged to explode if it slows down on TV. Seeing almost every hand up. Wayne, you don't have anything?
I do. I'm just got to get the button to work. There we go.
Wayne, what do you have?
Speed.
Liz?
Speed.
James?
Speed.
Zach?
It's Speed.
Of course it's Speed. But I gotta go through the formalities. Well, that's 1 point to everyone, meaning the scores have changed and they haven't.
Yeehaw.
Hey, I'm not negative anymore. That's all I care about.
That is true. Wayne, you're up to 0 points.
Wayne, you were never negative. You're such a positive person.
Oh.
Hey, Liz. Liz, would you like a movie from 1982, 1985, or 2013?
2013. That is a weird year. I'm just saying it now. I have a feeling.
Okay. Going a little more recent now. 2013 for 5 points. Under frightening and intense scenes, the action scenes, like the car chase, are intense. That should narrow it down. All right, for 4 points, under sex and nudity, several adults, none of whom are married, are on a private jet, and a man suggests that he and a woman have sex. He briefly describes the sex. The scene is no more than a minute long.
What year is this again?
2013. Okay, for 3 points. Under sex and nudity, a man and a woman are looking through an ancient-looking book. The book shows a page with a drawing of a woman. Her breasts are seen for 1 second before they turn the page. Okay, for 2 points. Under violence and gore, 2 men fight with kicks and punches, resulting in broken glass and furniture and damaged walls. They seem to throw fireballs at one another, having rolled near a lit fireplace, and then stand up and swing at each other. One man escapes by throwing playing cards like ninja stars, and the other man is shown with bleeding cuts on his face. While in the kitchen, another man is stuck with his jacket sleeves pulled behind his back and stuck into a running garbage disposer. He escapes unharmed. I just told you everything about the movie. Nobody has anything?
Every time I think I have an idea, it's completely contradicted by the next clue.
Okay, 1 point clue again. Under violence and gore, a magician dives into a tank of piranhas, shouts that she needs help, and a man tries unsuccessfully to break the glass with a large pipe. The water turns red, and the watching crowd screams. A woman in the crowd yells, "Bullshit!" And people turn to see the magician shouting and standing in the middle of the crowd, wet but unharmed. Much of the audience thought she died during that part. I see everyone but Wayne. You don't have anything, or are you trying to get to the button?
Trying to get in the button again.
Okay, cool. I'll just call on you. You don't have to do it. Wayne,
Okay.
What do you think it is?
There we go.
What's your guess, Wayne?
My guess is A Fish Called Wanda.
Okay, from the 80s.
That is a great movie, though.
It's a great movie.
A noble
Liz,
guess.
do you know what this movie is?
Now You See Me.
James, do you know what this movie is?
Now You See Me.
Zach, do you agree that you know what this movie is?
I believe it's Now You See Me.
It is Now You See Me.
It still pisses me off to this day that they didn't name the sequel Now You Don't.
It pisses everyone off.
It's
Now You See Me Too? What is, that's not a thing.
Hashtag Now You See Me Too.
Oh no.
No.
Didn't like it coming out of my mouth, but it was already halfway out of there.
We've all been there.
All right. Well, everybody but Wayne moves up a point. Wayne, you're back in the negatives.
Well, I didn't want it to be a complete equality move like last time.
Well, I'm going to go to you now. Maybe this will help you. Would you like a movie from 1990, 1998, or 2010?
Oh, let's try 1990.
1990.
Good year.
All right, 1990 for 5 points. Under violence and gore, comedic action and slapstick violence.
That's the clue?
That is the clue. Something wrong with that clue?
No further comment.
All right, cool. For 4 points, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a man dressed like Santa Claus smokes a cigarette. Okay, for 3 points. Under profanity, near the end, one character yells at another, saying he'll, quote, snap up your cojones and boil them in motor oil. James has his hand up. Anybody else want to take a guess? All right, James, what is it?
Is it Home Alone?
It is Home Alone.
Oh, I was thinking about that.
So was I, Zach. So was I.
In which Joe Pesci says to a 10-year-old child, I'll snap up your cojones and boil them in motor oil. It's a family holiday classic. James, you've overtaken Zach again. You're up to 10, Zach at 9, Liz at 2, Wayne stays at -1. Also in Home Alone, under frightening and intense scenes, robbers are threatening towards the main character, and the main character sets up traps for the bad guys. They burn themselves, step on stuff that hurts, fall on stuff, etc. They step on spikes and ornaments and hurt their feet while wearing no shoes or socks, get hit in the head with an iron, slip on ice, and get hit with a paint can.
The bad guys in Home Alone are his parents, right? I'm not saying like outside of the robbers. Like leaving your kid at home, I think is the bigger crime.
I mean, and then the sequels, it makes it apparent that they're truly awful.
There's severe negligence going on, yeah.
Yeah.
DSS is not around.
I mean, it makes sense they're not, right? Because they're like a wealthy white family.
Yeah, well, that too.
Not to get controversial.
Hey, except for the wealthy part, that's the way my family was. Look how I turned out.
At -1, he turned out great.
Oh, we couldn't afford to see a lot of movies when I was a kid. We weren't wealthy.
Zach, you're up. Would you like a movie from 1978, 1987, or 2016?
Okay. What was the 80s year?
87.
Let's try 87.
Okay, 1987. For 5 points under profanity, one use of arse, one use of Jesus, one son of a bitch. Okay, for 4 points, under frightening and intense scenes, there are several scenes that may be intense. None of these scenes are comedic in nature, but will likely be fine for everyone of all ages that understand the fictional nature of cinema. Wayne has his hand up. Anybody else? Wayne, what do you think it is?
Wayne's guess.
Yeah.
I'm going with Dead Poets Society.
It is not Dead Poet Society, but I think you got the right decade this time. Okay, for 3 points, under violence and gore, the giant knocks a couple of men out. James has his hand up. Anybody else? Wayne is going to try. And okay. Oh, Zach. Oh, everybody's in. Okay, Liz, what do you think it is?
This is wrong. The BFG.
The BFG. Zach, what do you think?
I think it might be The Princess Bride.
Wayne, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Zach and The Princess Bride.
And James?
I'm going to go with Wayne and Zach and say it's The Princess Bride.
I am too.
Yeah, it is The Princess Bride, starring Andre the BFG.
It truly was.
The late Andre the BFG.
The beer friendly giant.
R.I.P. BFG.
Yeah, R.I.P. Seriously.
Rest in power, King.
There's a great line from that movie. When Indigo asks the Dread Pirate, "Why do you wear a mask?" And he says, "I find them very comfortable. I think everybody will be wearing them in the future. It's a perfect match for now."
I don't get it.
Well, that that changed the score up a little bit. Liz and Wayne, you're now tied at 1 point. Zach, you're in second place with 12. James, you're in first with 13.
Every time I play this game, I'm like playing in a different league.
We are down to our last go around.
I'm in JV.
Our last 4 movies are up. James, you're gonna help me out first. Would you like a movie from 1974, 2003, or 2015?
25th. No, the second one.
2003?
2003. Yeah. That's 9 years after Twister came out. Right?
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Oh, no, it's not. Man. My lie. I almost threw everyone off of my lie.
You just made everyone else just have to do basic math for a couple of seconds.
I don't have to speak the truth in this movie.
Yeah. Disinformation campaign. Catch us all.
All right, this movie from 2003 came out on the 20th anniversary of Twister for 5 points. Under profanity, way less compared to his other films.
Under profanity?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a terrible clue, but maybe it's not a terrible clue. It is a clue. We can all agree on that. For 4 points, under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a 17-year-old girl is seen drinking heavily from a bottle in a bar. She slams it down aside, scattered empty glasses. For 3 points, under frightening and intense scenes, even though there is a lot of violence and brutal kills, this movie is a masterpiece, and the violence is pretty fake, looking as it was made in 2003. Liz has a guess. Does anybody else want to jump in? No. All right, Liz, what do you think?
Kill Bill Volume 1?
It is Kill Bill Volume 1.
Yes!
Well done.
So low stakes. Why am I so happy?
So yeah, way less profanity compared to his other films.
I mean, that's a low bar.
Uh-huh. Also, the violence looks fake because it came out in 2003. Not because it was a stylistic choice.
I just want to know who the his was. Are we talking Tarantino or are we
talking Tarantino?
Yeah, tune into our new podcast, Talking Tarantino.
Also in Kill Bill, a woman kills another woman by throwing a knife into her chest. She then pulls it out and wipes blood off. This isn't that graphic, and only a small amount of blood is shown, but it's still pretty disturbing, considering the fact that the woman's young daughter was standing right there when it happened. And under violence and gore, the movie is about a woman whose child is killed, not shown, of course, and her revenge. This may be disturbing for some viewers.
Just that part is disturbing. No other parts.
Just the whole part.
I only thought having David Carradine as one of the stars was disturbing.
Liz, you're up. Would you like a movie from 1960, 1976, or 1989?
1989.
Okay, 1989 for 5 points. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, there are teenagers smoking throughout the film.
Every movie that came out in the 80s.
All right, for 4 points. Under sex and nudity, one party scene of teen couples making out. They kiss passionately while sitting, and this continues when they are lying on top of each other on the floor, clothed and mostly off-screen. Okay, for 3 points under profanity, 6 uses of shit, 2 uses of goddamn, a few damn, one of the characters says, "Puck you." Liz has a guess. Zach has a guess. Wayne and James, nothing. All right. Zach, what do you think?
I think it's right. I think I might have the timing off, but is it the Mighty Ducks?
Liz, what do you think?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No, it's not the Mighty Ducks, and it's not Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think you both went 2 or 3 years in the opposite directions.
Yeah. Yeah, mid 80s, and Mighty Ducks was early 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, under violence and gore. A boy is paddled on his bottom by the headmaster of his school in punishment for speaking out of turn. Okay, down to the 1-point clue. Under frightening and intense scenes, the ending scene, the teacher's farewell, is very emotional.
Oh my God, no way.
No way? Zach?
Am I allowed to buzz back?
Hold on. James and Wayne, you don't have anything?
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to get my hand raised.
Okay, Wayne, what do you think it is?
This time I'm going with the Dead Poet Society again.
Again. Zach, what do you think?
I think it's Dead Poet Society.
Liz, what do you think?
I think it's Dead Poet Society.
Yep, the aforementioned Dead Poet Society. You nailed it this time.
I finally got that poet to die.
It all evened out.
I mean, I don't think it did points-wise, but...
Well, we've got 2 movies left. Wayne, do you have your hand up? No?
No, I was trying to get it off.
I thought that there was going to be some sort of board game clue that I missed with this one.
It's too high tech for me now. I need the little push button, like on Jeopardy.
We've got 2 movies left. James, you lead at 13. Zach, you're right behind at 12. Liz, you're not completely out at 4. Wayne, I'm so happy you decided to come. You're on the positive at 2.
I just came with a lovely parting gift, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, Wayne, I'm actually going to go to you now. So maybe this will help you. Would you like a movie from 1973, 1982, or 1990?
Let's go with 1973, the year I was in basic training.
We all remember that. Okay, Wayne. And everyone else, you can listen to. This movie came out in 1973. I figured I'd let Wayne know because he's the only one who could have seen this in theaters. For 5 points, under sex and nudity, a nude statue is shown in the church. James has a guess. Does anybody else want to try it out? All right, James.
The Exorcist.
It is The Exorcist.
I truly hate you.
Oh, Lord, you just sunk the 3 from downtown.
Yeah. I had that. That's like one of like 4 movies from the 70s that I really like.
Hey, I want to debate the year. I don't think The Exorcist came out in 1973 because I remember seeing it in 1972.
You got an advanced screening of The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Wayne, you've also been getting your years off with movies the entire show, so I don't know if we can trust you.
You're not the most reliable source.
Well, it's because I had a misspent youth, you know?
Might as well finish these up. Also in The Exorcist, the drugs Ritalin and Thorazine are referenced. Under violence and gore, the movie is hardly violent or gory, just extremely terrifying. Under violence and intense scenes, the demon may be frightening to some viewers. And under sex and nudity... Under sex and nudity, some sexual-related insults are said by a little girl who is possessed by the devil.
Oh, I'm going to take back my protest. That's what I read the book was in 1972. Saw the movie.
All right. Well, we're down to our last movie, and James has clinched this at 18 points. Zach at 12, Liz at 4, Wayne at 2. Wade and Liz, you can fight for 3rd and 4th place.
Woo!
Woo! Can we arm wrestle for it?
You're going to be the deciding year. Would you like a movie from 1987, 1999, or 2020?
I'm going to go with 1999.
1999.
As Prince did.
It's probably easier to remember 1999 than 2020. All right, the final movie that we're playing for fun. So still try. I know you've all given up, but this movie, you might have seen it, from 1999. For 5 points, under sex and nudity, a man is wearing only his underwear in one scene. Yeah, you have to guess. Wayne, what do you think?
Risky Business.
It's not Risky Business. That came out about 10 years after you saw The Exorcist.
Hey, I'm just focusing on the underwear. Wasn't a
In
remake?
any other context, I'm just focusing on underwear. Not a great thing to say.
Okay, for 4 points, under frightening and intense scenes, a few jump scenes. Some of the entries under violence and gore might be disturbing. For 3 points, under violence and gore, a man shoots a man in the chest and then proceeds to shoot himself off screen. Neither deaths are explicit and are more emotional and shocking than bloody. James, you want to finish this up?
Stuart Little.
It's not Stuart Little. I think you know that.
Darn.
Okay, for 2 points, under violence and gore, a young boy is locked in a closet and begins screaming. He bashes on the door, and when it's opened, he is unconscious and hospitalized. There are some mild wounds on his body that show he was physically harmed. James is the only one going. Go ahead, James.
Harry Potter.
It's not Harry Potter.
Wait, I have a guess.
Oh, Wayne, what's your guess?
Chucky.
It's not Chucky. Don't even think that's the name of one of the movies.
I
Liz,
changed my mind.
Why? Okay.
To build suspense.
The final clue for 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. Scenes where ghosts appear can be found disturbing, startling, upsetting, dark, and suspenseful. Just Liz? All right, Liz.
The Shining?
1999?
No, that's wrong.
Liz, you have my disease.
This is the last clue. I say you should go for it. James is going to go for it.
Bicentennial Man.
Fuck you, James.
I'm playing by the rules of the game and keeping my mouth shut because I don't know shit about what this movie is.
That is not the rules of the game. I don't know who told you that.
You play to win the game.
This is the final clue of the game.
Yeah.
Can you say it again, please, Nick?
Under frightening and intense scenes where ghosts appear can be found disturbing, startling, upsetting, dark, and suspenseful. 1999. Zach, do you have it?
Is it Ghost World?
It's not Ghost World. All right, no more points, but this is on track to be only the
Ghost with Patrick Swayze.
This is going to be only the second movie that's not guessed. Wayne, did you have a second guess?
Yeah, well, my second guess was Casper.
No.
I thought about Casper.
But at least you
That
named
would
a
be
movie from within
amazing.
like 4 years.
Amazing.
The
If it
movie
were
with the
Casper.
ghost from 1999 is from the writer of Stuart Little, Sixth Sense.
You know, that's what I was trying to say. Like, believe it or not, I was thinking of Sixth Sense, but I said The Shining. I was about to say it's been a long week, but it's Monday.
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
boy.
That the director of Sixth Sense and Old wrote Stuart Little.
That tracks, honestly.
So, our final scores for the night.
I feel like I've sat on the old beach over through that last question.
Wait, I had to look that one up. That's not true, is it?
That is true.
The guy who directed Stuart Little also
Who
directed
wrote?
the Sixth
No,
Sense?
wrote it.
Oh, who wrote?
M. Night Shyamalan wrote Stuart Little. The twist is
Okay.
he's a mouse.
Except in the book, he's not a mouse. In the book, he's just a strange-looking kid.
He didn't write the book.
He didn't write the book.
Wrote the book, Stuart Little.
Yeah. Yes. And in the book, he's not a mouse. He's just a human child who looks like a mouse.
The twist is that M. Night Shyamalan wrote the screenplay, and then someone wrote a book, and then the movie was based on the book.
No. E.B. White was around long. Same guy that wrote Charlotte's Web.
I don't know, Wayne.
Charlotte also wasn't a mouse in the book.
He also wrote Drunken White's Elements of Style.
It's a great movie.
They should make a movie about the style guide, about the grammatical guide.
That would be great. I would watch that.
Let's wrap up this show.
All right.
Nick's trying to kick us out.
In fourth place, Wayne, with 1 point. You did in the positives, though. Liz, 3 points. Zach, 11 points. James, now within striking distance, at 15 points. James is our winner tonight. And that's how this game works. I normally read through the final clues, but I read everything on this, and you couldn't think of the Ghost movie from 1999. I'm not going to put that on me.
Nope.
That's us, yeah.
The other one, go back. I think it's like episode 2. There's another one. And I'm not going to tell you what it is so you can watch the episode. You won't. I dare you. This has been Inappropriate Movie Database. I want to thank again. Well, before we go, if there's anything you want to say before we go, any place you want to be found, anything you got coming up, James, I'll start with you.
My birthday's coming up this weekend, so if you want to give me money, my Venmo is James_Sheehan. It's a picture of me.
That's James Sheehan. Pay him for his birthday. Liz Estey.
Yes, I will be at the Comedy Studio at Vera's this Thursday at 8 p.m. Tickets are $20 on the Comedy Studio website. And my name is misspelled there, but it is me.
That's Liz Estey. You should go to that show because the Comedy Studio is great and Liz Estey is great. And that's going to be great, regardless of what anybody might say.
Thank you, Nick. Nick knows I've been having a minor panic attack about it.
You're going to be great. Wayne Mastin.
So on the 22nd and the 29th of August, I'll be at the Remnant Brewing Company doing a little bit of improv to help raise some money for worthwhile charitable causes. My group is called NSI, which is short for North Shore Improv. So if you got to come out and, pay what you want, pay what you can to help some interesting charities. I'm not sure what they are yet, but we're going to be out there doing funny stuff, making them up.
Yeah, go see Wayne. I didn't know that was happening, and that sounds really fun, and I'm going to look for it. And Zach
Union
Jones.
Square
Oh, go ahead.
Just as I say, it's in Union Square in Somerville.
Union Square.
In Bow Marketplace.
Oh, yeah, okay. How long has Remnant been there?
I don't know, a couple of years, 3 or 4.
This is just a conversation for me to Google later. Zach Jones.
Yes. So if you can check out my political comedy show that I am the co-host of, Left Night with Kendra Dawsey. We are on the 2MB Studios Twitch and also on Facebook. And I think sometimes they put them on YouTube, but mainly come watch us on Twitch, 7:30 on Thursdays. It's a very good little aperitif before you watch the Thursday version of this show. And you can check out my Twitter the next time Nick retweets me, because he is my most faithful retweeter, and I can only thank him from the bottom of my heart for that.
Aw, you did a plug for me in your plugs, and you made me feel all warm. Yeah, go look for Zach in my timeline. I'm not going to tell you his name either. You got to drag people to Twitter first for me, and then I can show them you. Also, watch Left Night. It's really good. You and Kendra are the best. All right. Once again, that was James Sheehan, Liz Estey, Wayne Mastin, Zach Jones. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on said Twitter and all social media at Blundering Idiom. Like Zach said in his gracious plug, we got another show coming Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here where you found this video. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can promise that now. Well, all of them are fun. This was fine. All of the rest are fun. There's 12 other episodes. Follow the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, do whatever YouTubers tell you to do. And if you like what you saw tonight, if this is your first time or your first time reaching out, I want you on the show. Reach out to me. You should be a contestant on one of the next episodes of this, because it's fun and you don't even have to be good at it. It's just a good time. So hang out, watch those last episodes, watch the next episode Thursday at 8. And until you click on the next episode, thank you for watching.